What the fuck is this game? What in the actual Christ almighty is this? I have never, ever thought that in the 11 years I've been playing Frictional Games, Penumbra, Amnesia, Soma, all these great games, I never thought I could sit here and go, holy shit, did that really just cost me €25? Don't even try and tell me I'm being over the top. Look at this! Hey, scary, so scary. I love when the thing that's supposed to kill me, doesn't kill me. Do you know that this game wants you to die so little, wants to keep you alive so much that just look.
Just let me die. Please, just let me die.
I can't even impale myself to death. I can't kill myself. I can't die from height, can't die from spikes, can't be killed by the monster. This is the same Frictional Games that punished me heavily in all their other games, right? Did you know that most times you die or get caught by the creature in this, you will get teleported closer to your objective, if not skip the entire thing? Horror. It is a great word, defines a whole genre of games and movies and books and stuff, but with true horror you feel immersed, you feel part of the world, you want to understand it yet also survive it. You play as Tassie, the lover of Salim, who, by the way, spoilers, about to give some spoilers. Salim, who gets less screen time than Rose in The Rise of Skywalker, you crash in the desert and once again have amnesia. The story is about this woman's journey through these caves and old settlements whilst also putting pieces together and trying to figure out what the hell has happened and why the hell am I pregnant? Was it Dave from the diner who did it? The story is fine, it's okay. It starts to make sense eventually, like all Frictional Games stories, with a little bit of convolution here and there, but there is so many goddamn problems for me with this man. I'm a pussy, guys. I am scared shitless of nothing. I love horror because of this, yet I was literally diving into the monster. That's how not scared I was. The puzzles are okay. Like, I much prefer the ones in other games. There was one or two in this that I did enjoy, and if you do plan on getting through the game, there is a big choice in it later. I won't spoil, but I didn't really know I had it and kinda left without doing it, but maybe that's on me. The game is not scary. Let's get that out of the way. Cheap jump scares are not scary, and there is people trying to put down negative reviews by pointing out the story and whatnot. Bro, this is a horror game. You are supposed to feel horror and dread. The only dreadful thing I've felt the last few days is having to play this game. There is so many jump scares, so many flashy cards on screen. Every time you succumb to fear, randomly when you encounter creatures, they get really irritating after a while. Like, really irritating. They aren't enjoyable to have on screen. And don't get me started on your player character. This woman tells you exactly what you need to do in the situation to get through it. Like, legit guys, you will not struggle with this game. When I did encounter that wraith thing later in the game that screams at you and is a big light, I failed twice and it disappeared. There is next to no challenge in this game. Next to no challenge. Sometimes you might take a bit to figure out a puzzle or where to go, but like in Outlast 2, the only real tense parts are these cheesy chase scenes that it takes a large lacking amount of horror to not scare me. Another thing that pissed me off is the baby. Being forced to check the baby, being told about the baby fucking kicking me. I'll kick the baby alright, I'll drop kick it in a 1v1 if it kicks me again. Any scenario where the fear kicks in, you can check it to reduce the effect, but why bother? Just get caught. You'll end up getting through the area much faster. Legit, I've done it so many times. Why bother doing it if the enemy is literally going to allow me to get to the end of it? It's impossible to enjoy the story when every single thing Frictional Games did well in the past has just completely failed in this. The things that they did in the past, that they did in this, it's just not the same. It's lacking in this entry. I remember The Dark Descent for its absolutely terrifying atmosphere. Knowing things will fuck me up if I get caught. There is not loss outside of set story-driven elements, just a fucking taxi service supplied by the enemy. In the other games, you would have random flashbacks to things that happened to the character as they regain their memory, but in this, it's increased tenfold. It happens every 5 minutes. It does not stop ever. Just let me get through the game. There is so little encounters of survival with the creatures, and when there is, it's either piss poor easy or something else. I'm convinced half of the Steam reviews are just paid for this game. How does this game have mostly positive? If I was to rank this game on IGN shitty 1 to 10 scale, I'd give it like a 4. You aren't ranking this game for its story alone. You're ranking it for multiple elements, and a good story doesn't make it a good horror. That is ridiculous logic. I didn't feel dread. I didn't feel horror. I didn't feel I'd lose anything. Just stupid shit that would take me out of the immersion constantly. Now, I'm not one to usually push forward my opinions on games out of fear of saying something wrong to piss off a crowd, but I don't like this game. It's a glorified walking simulator, and if I wanted to play that, I would. Of course, maybe I expected too much from Frictional Games. I do still love all their other entries, but this ain't one of them, chief. The constant flashbacks interrupting gameplay, the constant need of attention for the baby, the fact the enemies are more helpful than your own allies. The only good thing I take from this is that it's an interesting story. As always, Frictional produced some cool shit, but the pacing is shit. 2 hours walking around, 15 minutes and hiding areas, 3 minutes being chased, 1 hour with the enemy, 2 more hours walking with some jump scares. I'm kind of annoyed, to be honest, but I don't like the game. If you like heavy stories and some puzzles, then go for it. If you got 25 to blow on this, then do it. Although I'd sooner buy DayZ, and that game sucks so bad you could sell it on a product line for Dyson. If you, however, like good horror games that test you with stealth mechanics whilst also not pissing you off with constant interruptions, then I might assume you don't like it. I don't like this game. It annoyed me. It's a very strong opinion here, but remember, it's just my own opinion. I honestly, maybe I'm just not seeing the other thing these other positive reviews are seeing. It must be something. Maybe I'm just not judge, jury, and executioner for reviewing or giving my opinion on any sort of video game, but I swear to God, I get scared by everything. I don't get this. I find it shit. Goodbye.